Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the world of Altered.
Altered the card game?
Altered the card game. This
trading card game.
This is brand new. This launched this past week.
Okay.
If you're watching this later on YouTube, I think the official release was this past Friday. It was Kickstartered before this, but it's distributed by Asmodee and distributed by Asmodee in America. So I'm going to do my best to get the rules as close to correct as possible, because if I don't, I'm going to hear about it on YouTube. So
I want to learn the game the right way. I'll tell you that. Thank you, Stormstorm, for that sub, and thank you, Lord of Winter, for that sub.
Now, for card game Necromancy, we did a thing where we'd usually read like the intro blurb to kind of get you into the mood. So here you go.
Yeah, do it.
Centuries ago, life on Earth changed forever. A cataclysm brought beings from the world of stories and dreams to our reality. We formed new alliances with them, and together we rebuilt the civilization in the haven of Asgartha. It is now finally time to leave the safety of our walls and explore the altered world. Are you ready to discover what lies beyond the gates?
I am ready.
So, this has a different win condition than a lot of card games.
Look at this. I'm sorry. Look at this rules layout. That's not a book at all. It's a pamphlet.
Yeah. This has a slightly different win condition than a lot of card games. In a lot of card games, you're trying to beat your opponent to death. Now, around these parts, we are fans of Keyforge, and we're going to have Keyforge content later on today if you're watching this live. But in this game, it's actually kind of a race.
Okay.
So we have expeditions that are set up here in the center, and we've got a hero expedition, and we have a companion expedition. And our tokens are going to be placed on these corresponding. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get our tokens to meet up in the center. And the first one of us that can get our two tokens to meet is going to win. The first thing you do before you set up is you actually deploy the 3 tumult cards. And that's these. These are laid face down. Now, these are going to be turned face up once we've actually gone through the whole setup. I'm going to do a little bit of like card introduction just so that way people have an idea. And we're going to try our best to use the card cam for the duration of the stream, since it's very likely that nobody has any idea what any of these cards do.
I have not played the game. I don't know anything about the game, so I am the straight man to Nathan's rule explainer.
And I have actually
I'm gonna do my best.
I have also not actually played the game yet. This is my first chance at playing the game. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. So now we've got your deck is going to consist of 1 hero. And it consists of a minimum of 39 cards. You can include more cards if you want. I believe these starter decks are like 40-something cards.
Okay. Minimum 39 is interesting.
Yeah. So there's a lot of interesting deck construction stuff that I'll get to at some point during this explainer. Our hero right here, this is my hero. We'll put Justin's hero up right beside it. These are our 2 heroes. These are the starter deck heroes. Each faction has 3 heroes, and there are 6 factions. Okay. For this demo, I am playing Bravos, and my hero is Kojo, and he's got a little fire cat named Buddha. And then Justin is playing Navinka, and you have an ink dragon named Blotch, and you are from the faction Lyra.
That's cute.
Board game arena. So it's worth mentioning. I think you can play your collection digitally on Board Game Arena. Now, I might be wrong about that. I might be speaking on a turn, but there is a way to play this online. So there is an online component,
like an official way to play online.
Yeah, and you'll notice the QR codes on these.
Okay.
So the QR codes are like every card has a unique QR code on it. This is kind of like Champions or Light Seekers. Both of those games had cards that you could scan, and you had a digital collection to go with it. I don't fully comprehend the way to trade, but allegedly you can trade with people across the globe. And there's like a print on demand service or whatever, right? Like I trade a card to you in your collection, you trade a card to me, and there's some sort of print on demand service. So
interesting.
Hasn't been fully released. The amazing fan-made app called Exalted. Okay.
Okay.
There are, if you're fans of Star Wars Unlimited, if you watched our stuff on Star Wars Unlimited, there's some similarities between this, mostly the resources and the actions. But we'll get to that in a second. So now, you'll also notice that our heroes have, besides their game text, so Justin's rolling dice. He was here to gamble. I said there's a token deck and a dice rolling deck, and Justin said, "Give me the dice rolling deck."
I'll dominate. I'm ready.
And then Kojo here has an ability where I get a bonus if I'm the first player, and we alternate first players. There's like an initiative system, so I get a bonus if I'm the first player, and then I lose the bonus if it's not there. I'll point out that there are 2 reserve and 2 landmark for each character, and so I believe that's the maximum amount of those that you can have at a time.
Okay.
And so the reserve is kind of reminiscent of Keyforge's archive. It's a place that you can play extra cards. The other deck that I bought, the Axiom Starter deck, does a lot with the reserve, but the game mechanics themselves do a lot with reserves. These cards are scanned. Do not worry, you cannot scam me. My
cards.
Your
starter deck cards anyway.
You can't. Yeah, you're gonna try to take my starter deck cards. I've already played you. I'm so far ahead of you strategy wise. You've wasted your time. But yes, you do want to. It is generally not a good idea to put pictures of cards that you have not scanned online, because somebody could scan it and then snipe it, right? So yeah, these are protected. Thanks, Stormstrong. But yeah, I am covered. So these are our heroes. Our heroes go into the center section here. There's a spot for the hero. And these are the playmats that come with it. These paper playmats.
So really, the heroes just have an ability and a reserve and a landmark value.
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically it. So, unique cards. Yes. So there are unique cards. I have not seen one in person yet. But there are cards that I assume there's not another version of them that exist. Now, your deck can only have 3 of those if you're building a deck. Obviously, the starter decks didn't come with any of them.
But it's unique. How do you get 3 of them?
You can have 3 unique cards, period.
Oh,
in your deck.
Okay.
3 unique total cards.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are multiple versions of cards in this game, and that's so here is the regular common Haven Warrior. And then here is, I think this is the rare version of the Haven Warrior, and this is denoted by the blue. This is a character here, obviously. It says a Haven Warrior character soldier. So character's the type of card, soldier's the subtype of card. The upper corner blue number, that's the mana cost to play from your hand. The red number is the cost to play it from your reserve. So if this card is in your reserve, you can play it from your reserve for this cost. Okay. These are the attributes, and this is the amount of power or strength or whatever they have for expeditions, and it matches the terrain on the expeditions out here.
Okay.
When the tumult cards get turned face up, some of the tumult areas have only one type of terrain on them. Okay. And so
that's essentially their strength in various terrains.
Yes, and we're going to compare our strengths in each zone to see who wins the zone. And when you win the strength, you get to move your token from the next zone over.
Okay.
Yes, the Haven Warrior here has got 4 in grass, 2 in mountain, 4 in water. The rare version of the Haven Warrior has 4 across the board, and the orange there is letting you know that this is the modified number from the regular version. This Haven Warrior also has an ability down here, which is like a reserve ability. If this card is in your reserve, this symbol means you can discard it from your reserve to do something.
Why would I ever play the common over the rare?
You can only have 15 total rares in your deck.
Okay.
So you can only have 3 uniques and I believe 15 rares.
Okay.
So yes, you could play more of these, but your entire deck cannot be rare and unique. You do have to play some sort of commons. So that's the thing there. Is you have to pick and choose what you actually want to play.
I understand. So if the unit's like a staple to your build, but you don't necessarily need it to be rare, you might end up running like some copies of it rare, some copies of it common.
The rares, from what I've seen, the rares are strictly better, and I think the uniques have like all powerful effects and stuff like that. There was like I glanced at the official rules document, and it showed you like 5 different cards. Not all the stuff is in the app, right? Like the app will let you see some amount of the cards. So, but it would show me like the rare version. Also, like Keyforge, there are Maverick versions of cards. So Muna, I think, is another faction in the game, And so my starter deck came with the Spindle Muna Bastion. However, this is a Bravos card. And so this is a landmark, obviously, right here, permanent landmark.
Does it mark where it's Maverick somewhere? How can you tell it's Maverick?
Well, this is just named Muna Bastion, and that's one of the other things. So there's a Lyra Ouroboros in this deck, and my Axiom deck has a Lyra Ouroboros card as well, but it is in the Axiom faction instead. Now,
the card number at the bottom is an F. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, Stormstrong.
Bottom has an F. Yeah, so this is 120F, right, on the Spindle. Yeah. So the Spindle here says characters you control have tough 2, and then basically it costs you, it's like a word from Magic. If you want to try to target one of my characters with a spell, it's going to cost you more. Interestingly, faction-specific mechanics will get shifted onto the Mavericks, okay? So your Ouroboros card does something with rolling dice. It says like every time you roll a die, you roll 2 dice and you choose which one you want instead. Okay? Can you find that? Do you know
it's
what
called
it is?
Ouroboros?
Yeah, it looks like this. Except it's going to have a pink.
Yeah.
All right, so this will be the example right here. So there's the Ouroboros Lyra Bastion. If you would roll 1 or more dice instead, roll that many and ignore the roll your choice. So you get to pick which one you want, okay? So the Axiom faction cares about tokens and the resupply mechanic, which is like what puts extra stuff in your reserve. So all of its text is shifted to match the faction, right?
Okay.
So this symbol means when you play it. So if you play this card, you get the resupply. And this says if you would resupply, look at the top 2 cards of your deck and choose one to put into resupply and discard the other. So all of the cards that are faction shifted match the actual faction.
That's very interesting.
Which is really cool, in my opinion. All right. We have... I'm going to show you... Okay, this is a good example right here. This has 2 symbols on it. Sabotage. So it's got a hand symbol and says sabotage. That's when you play it from your hand, you get that effect. And then there's that little sideways card symbol, and then it says I gain 1 boost. That is if you play it from your reserve. Okay? And then a card that has an arrow on it is wherever you play it from. Okay? So if you play this card from your hand, you get to blow up 1 card from the opponent's reserve. And if you play this card from your reserves, it gets a boost, which is just +1 counters across the board. Okay? Fleeting is a keyword, which means if it would go to the reserve, it's discarded instead. And cards that are played from the reserve gain fleeting. And you've got a little fleeting token right here that you put on it to show that this card is now fleeting. Okay? So there are spells, and a lot of the spells are going to say fleeting on them. Let me find a good one real quick. So this one does not. So this is physical training. This costs 2. It says target character gains 3 boosts. A boost is a +1/+1/+1 counter. Remove it when it leaves the expedition zone. I believe there's a keyword that lets you keep boosts. So if you play somebody and then buff them, and then they go to reserve, they get to keep their boost. There's like some keyword that does that. But this does not say fleeting on it, so when you cast this, I believe, this then goes to your reserve.
Okay.
So then you can
play it again. You only have 2 things in the reserve.
You can only have 2 things in your reserve. So, yeah.
But so I guess if you can decide whether or not to discard it or put it in your reserve. Let's say you already had 2 cards in your reserve.
I think yes.
You discard a card from the reserve and put that one there.
Yeah,
instead.
that's my understanding. Is you choose which cards go to your reserve.
Okay.
Or which ones stay in your reserve. Sorry, we'll shuffle up and just jump into it.
Okay.
So we've got our heroes down. We've got the hero expedition down. We've got our markers down. The play mats are set up. Their heroes are out. We're going to randomly determine the starter player. You've got dice on hand because you're going to be rolling dice. So let's go ahead and roll a dice. Who goes first? Shuffling unsleeved cards. This is called gaming.
So here's the thing. If we sleeve these cards, it's hard to see them when we put them up here.
Yeah, there's a lot of glare. There's a lot of glare
reflection and stuff.
You don't discard to 2 in reserve until dusk.
So we're destroying our cards for you, for the viewer's experience. Thank you. I mean, you're welcome. You're freaking welcome.
All right, here's that. We'll roll a dice. He goes first. I have a 1.
I'm
you have
already ready.
a 5, so you've got the first player token. We'll just put that somewhere.
Okay.
Easily replace cards.
You can just get them printed again, right? If you have them scanned, they're always used.
No glare sleeves.
They don't even
start.
get me
Don't get started
on no
You
glare
You activated the trap card.
Do not want.
You activated the trap card. Talk about non-glare sleeves on this channel.
First of all, they don't work.
There's a long history of hate for non-glare sleeves on this channel.
Second of all, they feel like buttholes on my hands, and not
Kept
in the
first
good
player
way.
on the heroes. All right, that's good.
Jeez,
all right,
that's horrible. Yeah, there you go. Clip is loaded.
They had the clip.
Wait, that's the wrong clip.
It's the one that's the out of context
Okay,
clip.
all right.
It's the lost the bet clip.
They don't work for this specifically.
All right, so don't discard down to the dusk phase. All right, makes sense. Compare statistics checks. Okay, all right. Night phase. Night phase says keep 2 cards in reserve and 2 landmarks. Discard the rest. All right. All right. Cut. All right. So we both are gonna draw 6 cards.
Okay.
And then we're gonna pick 3 of these.
Why are you touching buttholes? Why are you not touching buttholes?
You're gonna pick 3 of these to put down as mana.
Okay, so I'm looking at cost and top left.
Yes.
I don't know what cards do yet, so I'm just gonna put stuff that I can't cast yet down there.
This card seems really good, but I can't play it. This guy doesn't seem bad. This guy also seems good, but I can't play him right now. And that card also seems great. Is it like this? I think it's something like that. It's a little something like that. Okay. All right. And you are the first player. So the first phase of the game, Headhunter, thank you for that, Prime.
Appreciate that.
The first phase of the game is the morning phase. We change first player, and on the first turn, none of this really matters. None of this is going to happen. But starting next turn, all this stuff will matter. And then this is when we would draw 2 cards and then put another mana crystal down. But in this instance, we just draw our 6 cards, put 3 down, and then we jump into the noon phase. And this says apply at noon effects, which is kind of like, I would say, compare it to the upkeep in Magic. So your effect here, this is a tap ability or
Exhaust,
something?
yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's known as a quick action, and that explanation is going to make more sense here in a second. My character has an at noon ability, but I am not the first player. I don't get to summon a Buddha token. The noon phase is over now. We're going to jump into the afternoon phase. And so we're going to go back and forth taking turns. Now, when you play a card, that is essentially your action. It's your turn to play a card. You can take quick actions before you take your action. So you can use her before you take an action.
Okay.
And so playing a card is basically your action. I think there may be some cards that have actions on them. I'm not entirely sure. But you play a card or you pass.
Okay.
So you can play a character.
I'll play a character.
All right.
What do I do?
So you decide which expedition they're going to go to. So you are playing Lyra Cloth Dancer.
Are these the 2 active expeditions currently?
That's correct. So your
access
2
these yet?
zones right here, you're going to put one in one zone, one in the other zone.
Okay.
Okay. You can stack whichever zone you want. Oh, I'm sorry. These are supposed to turn face up now.
Oh, okay.
So let's turn the tumble cards face up. So here we go. So yes, these first 2 zones have all 3.
Do we total up our strength in those cases? And so,
So
do all of my stats apply if all 3 are invalid or in play?
Yes. So you count any of the stats.
The center goes only go states when you go to that Nathan.
Oh.
Come
No.
on.
Oh, sorry.
Read
sorry,
the
sorry.
rules. Why don't, if you would just prepare
Yeah.
for a stream.
All right. So let me flip up when you go to them. Fine. See if I care. The so these game one ruin.
He saved it. I covered it up even.
Yeah, it's all right. I didn't have time to process it. So we count all of the ones that are active based off of where your place is.
So everything that is relevant.
So
is
right now everything is total.
Okay.
Okay. If you beat me in one of the numbers, you advance. If I beat you in one of the numbers, I advance. So we could
they're
double
totaled
advance.
Separately.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, they're compared separately.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We can both advance both zones.
So this character, by the way, when you play from hand, up to one target character gains fleeting. If it would be sent to reserve, discard instead. I'm not going to apply that because there's only one character in play, right? So she could target herself, but
then she would
since
explode.
I had a first action, I didn't have a chance to use that.
Yeah. So she would be really good. If you were going second, you could play her. Okay. So I am going to spend 1 mana, and I'm going to play Ratatasker. We'll show Ratatasker off here. Ratatasker costs 1, and it costs 3 from the reserve. 1's across the board. But if you play it from the reserves, Ratatasker gains boosts. So Ratatasker's going right there.
Okay, so I don't have another action. There's no like attack. Oh, is it exhausted when you play it?
You just play it.
You just play it.
Yeah.
There's no like.
No. There's no.
They're not taking actions to do stuff.
Correct. Yeah. Unlike Star Wars, these don't take actions to do things. So you can use that.
So I can use my free action. So this is my quick action. Target character you control, then roll a die on a 6. I'll roll in. We'll figure it out.
All right.
3.
Right, 3.
2 to 5 against 1 boost. A boost is a +1/+1/+1 counter.
All right, so you put a little +1 counter on it there. Okay.
Oh, a 1 sends it to reserve. Oh, geez.
Yeah. Yep.
Fine.
Okay. And then you pass.
And then I pass.
Right. Yeah. You exhaust her.
There's no like. Obviously, there's no claiming initiative because it just passes.
It just passes between.
It's just once both players pass, the phase ends.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And then I'm gonna play the Haven Trainee. This has got a 3 in Forest there. And if he's played from the reserves, he gains 2 boosts. So I'll play the Haven Trainee on this side. And then since you've passed, I can keep taking actions until I pass, but I don't have anything else to do, so I'll end up passing here. Okay. And then now we go to the Dusk phase, so we compare statistics and check which expeditions move forward. So this one, the companion expedition is easy. I have stuff here, you do not. You have to have stats to move forward. So if it was 0 to 0, neither of us would move forward. So I will move forward in this zone. So I guess this flips up now. It's as long as I'm not breaking any laws here. And so my token is going to move to here. So now on the next turn, only my mountain strength.
Oh, that's 2 spaces.
Yes.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
And you win when your companion and
once they touch in the
Okay.
same zone. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then here, I've got 3 in forest. You've got 1 in forest.
Yep.
So I will advance.
Yep.
And you've got 4 in mountain, and I only have 1 in mountain. So you advance. So we'll advance together.
But you can't advance twice since that 1/2 stats doesn't matter. You
That's
just advance
correct.
If you have 1/1 stat. Okay.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep. So we moved there. Okay.
I see.
All right. Now, that's the end of the Dusk phase. You've been put in charge of teaching the game.
Then teach us.
Yeah, make sure we stay on track.
Yeah,
good
definitely let us
Lord,
know.
good Lord, we're gonna hear about it. All right. Now, characters go to the reserve.
Okay.
So these characters go to the reserve. We keep up to 2 cards in reserve and 2 landmarks. And then we discard the rest, and that's the end of the turn.
Okay.
We move. So morning phase.
Change first player.
Yep. Change first player.
Ready your cards.
Ready cards. Draw 2 cards and put a mana. 1, 2. Sure. Take a mana. Okay. Noon effects. So I am the first player. At noon, I create a Buddha token. So I have my Firecat show up over here, and this is a token. Tokens actually have different backs than the rest of the cards. You'll see that this is a blue back, and there's no white. The regular backs are white cards. So this is a blue back. Regular cards are white. So boom, it's a token. So there you go. All right. And then, yeah, I guess we just move on to the next
So it's your
action phase.
Yep.
I'm going to spend 4, and I'm going to play the Haven Trainee to this side from my reserve. When he's played from my reserves, he gets 2 boosts. Okay. Your action. Oh, and I'm sorry. I played him from my reserve, so he gains fleeting, so he'll explode at the end of the turn.
I'm going to play Esmeralda for 2.
Okay.
So when played from my hand, I can resupply. I'll play her here. So I put the top card of my deck into my reserve. So I just blam.
All right. So you got a Tanuki down there.
Tanuki, yep.
Okay. I am tapped out. I don't have any actions. I'm just gonna pass.
Okay. I will use my ability to roll the dice. A 3. So we get +1, +1, +1.
All right. Esmeralda gets a token.
And then I have 2 more dollars left.
Really opens up the strategy. Having access to some unique cards is really fun. I will probably pick up some booster packs here and there. This is this game was picking up some traction in my local store. So
I'm really Hathor. So 3/3/0.
Okay.
So I can at least win one of these here battles. And I think that's all I got.
So my guy is a 5/3/3 on this side.
Okay, maybe I play him over here. Because that way you don't win any battles over here, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I was winning grass. However, grass does not matter over here.
Oh, it's only mountain. Okay.
Yeah, only mountain matters.
So I'm only winning mountain there. I'm already winning mountain there.
Yes, so you're stopping me from moving.
Don't play this guy.
You're stopping me from moving, and you will move 1, but I will move on this side.
I guess I could play this lady instead. Because then she can give something fleeting.
This is when she's played from your hand.
Oh, okay, well then I win mountain anyway. Wait, but I'm over here. But I stop you from winning mountain, right?
You are stopping me from winning mountain before you even play her. Because you have 3 in the mountain, and I only have 2.
Okay.
And then you're winning water over here to my 2, and so you'll advance.
But you won't advance.
And I won't advance.
Okay.
I will advance on this side unless you can win one of those on that side.
Okay, which I guess I can't. So should I just not play anything?
I think card advantage is like pretty good in this game.
Yeah, it seems like getting options, so maybe I just hold stuff in that case. Okay. I won't play anything then.
Okay. We're going to move to the Dusk phase. So you do stop me on this side. And you win water, which is here. Mm-hmm. So you'll move up. So next turn, only mountain's going to matter on this side.
Okay.
Okay. And then the Haven Trainee over here wins. So he's going to advance me to right here. Okay. And then that's that. That's the Dusk phase. We move to the Night phase. So Buddha explodes because he's a token. He just stops existing. This guy is fleeting, so he stops existing as well. He goes to my discard pile.
I'm going to replace the Tanuki in my reserve with her.
Okay. All right. And then we're going to draw. You're going to get that. I'm going to mana crystal. What? Oh, you're pretty good over here. Mana crystal you. Oh, but I could use my mana more effectively. I do. The mana makes my brain tingle
in a good way.
Yeah. The like trying to match the costs and whatnot. All right, mana orbs, not mana crystals. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play.
Who up pondering their mana orbs?
I'll play my Ouroboros landmark. Because if you would roll 1 or more dice instead, roll the any dice +1. Ignore the roll.
All right. Okay.
So landmarks are interesting because there's global effects. They do not go away, but you only have 2 landmarks.
Yeah, and it's like a huge tempo swing, right? Like you spent 3 mana towards this.
Yeah.
All right. I am. Do I do this thing? I think I'm gonna. You know what? I'm playing Atlas. Here comes Atlas. Atlas is gigantic. Atlas counts as being in both zones at the same time.
Both, like, the expeditions?
Both expeditions, yeah. I am considered present in each of your expeditions.
Well, okay. I'll play Lyra. Oh, that's only from hand. Right. The different symbols are...
They're tripping you up.
They're tripping me up.
Here's a real cool as well for the Muna, Izmir, and Lyra factions.
I think I'll still play the Lyra.
So alright. That way you don't... we tie...
I guess try to roll for it to win it, is the thing.
You could snake, and that would be the... Okay. Yeah, I am going to pass.
Alright, so I'll do my roll, and I get to roll 2 and ignore 1.
Yep.
Which is great. Okay.
Okay.
I take the 2, so I boost.
Yep. Playing Blood Bowl over here with these rolls. Alright, so you are going to have 4. Yeah, alright, so we're in Dusk. You'll advance on that side. I'm going to advance on this side. So, boom, I advance into this area here. No, that was fleeting. She's fleeting, yeah. So my Atlas comes down here. Ratatasker's right there. That passes. Draw 2. Man, this game plays really quick.
Yeah.
I gotta say, not mad at a game that plays quick. Not mad at all at a game that plays fast. All right, so that goes there. Ready up. At noon, I'm going to create a Buddha token over here.
I guess what trips me up is when we're both like contesting different elements.
Yes. So you need mountain and grass on this side. I need just mountain on this side. Yeah, I do. You have to perform matrix multiplication to figure out what's going on. So resourcing is more like swoop.
Oh, you're first. Oh, you played.
I get that. Yeah. Okay. And I get a token thing. Okay.
Yeah, so like the more advanced your decks are, the less quick the games are. That makes a lot of sense after playing the game for a second, because there's probably a lot more opportunity to like interrupt your opponent's stuff. Right?
You have like an idea of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
All right, so I need water and mountain on this side. I'm going to play the Bravos Tracer over here. This is Bravos Tracer Rare. It's got 4 and 2 stats. However, Bravos Tracer is fleeting, so Bravos Tracer will explode.
I'll play the Ouroboros Krupler. And when you play it, roll a die on a 4+ draw a card on a 1/3 resupply.
Okay.
Which seems pretty sick.
2 or 3.
The resupply, I guess. Which is fine. And that'll cost 4.
All right, all in. I am. We run out. Am I running out my Ratatasker? I guess so. We're gonna run out the Ratatasker from the reserves here. Ratatasker's coming in. Ratatasker's fleeting, and Ratatasker gains 2 boosts.
What the heck?
Get squirreled. There's not going to be any Star Wars today there, Jinx.
Yeah, tomorrow.
We'll be back to Star Wars tomorrow. So
I believe Sundays will be our other game days until next second for Star Wars. Because we have a bunch of other stuff we want to play. Such as maybe this.
There's a pile of your opponent because it stops you from advancing. It's really interesting and frustrating. Because you know what's in their reserve, right? You can know what they can do.
I'll play this Ouroboros Trickster. To roll die on a 4+, I gain 2 boosts on a 1/3 game. I don't think I can win over there. I need to win grass or water and stop you from. So if I like give this guy 2 boosts and then give him another boost, then I'm good there, I think. So 2 boosts, easy.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 1 and I'm gonna play Ratatasker over here. Ratatasker unboosted.
Alright, I'll use this to
fire. Snakes! So
I can give a boost, or I can give it anchored, which is during rest it doesn't go to reserve and it loses anchor, which is pretty cool. But I guess I need to do this so that you don't.
Yeah, so
win.
we tie over there.
Yeah. And pass after that.
Okay, so we'll total up. We got 3 to 3 over here, so that's a push. Buddha doesn't quite explode yet. Over here, I have like 1 million, right? You've got 4 in mountain. I have 6 in mountain. I care about water. So you would need to win grass. You got 0 in grass. So I stonewall you there. I move to here. Then, and then Bravos and Ratatasker explode. Buddha explodes. This Ratatasker goes to reserve.
Okay, next round.
Yes. Sorry, Headhunter. Yeah, win conditions. You got to get both of your tokens to meet each other. So, draw. Is this? Am I using mana here? Playing. I think so. I'm stuck. I stonewalled me on this mountain forever.
Like the one symbol terrain does seem hard to get past.
Yeah, you don't have to, like, you can, like, I got an early jump on this side, but I've been managing to keep Justin, like, locked down on that side. Okay, I guess this is what I do. Okay. All right. You've got the first action there.
I'll deploy this here Trickster back. And that's from anywhere, right? I get to do the thing?
That's correct, yeah. Okay. So it is fleeting now. So 2 boosts, easy. So you get 2 boosts, and it is fleeting because it came from that zone, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's, water. Just have to win 1. Okay, I'm gonna spend 1 mana. Oh no, you don't do anything. This guy doesn't do anything. He does not help me. Well, I guess it's Ratatasker time. I will spend 3 for Ratatasker from reserve, or do I Atlas? Atlas is wild. No, we save Atlas for next turn. I'm gonna Ratatasker. Let's see what you got. What do you got cooking over there? I'll Ratatasker on this side from reserve.
Okay. I'm gonna
call me deranged hermit the way I'm playing these squirrels.
This is deranged of you. I'll play this here Ouroboros guy.
Okay.
Another one. This is the same card, but it does different stuff.
Those are the same cards.
Oh no, they're the same.
They're the exact same card. Yeah.
All right, so I'll play this thing over here, and I roll a die, and a 4+ to draw a card. On a 1 to 3, I resupply. Okay.
All right.
I will draw a card.
All right. I'm going to spend 3. And I'm going to play Physical Training. This is the rare Physical Training. Target character gains 3 boosts and draw a card. So we're going to boost Ratatasker here. Now I believe this spell goes to my reserve when I play it. And draw.
All right, I'll roll my ability.
Okay. Spells.
I'll boost, I guess.
You play a spell, resolve all the cards, then send it immediately to your reserve. Yeah. So a lot of spells have fleeting, so that they just explode.
And I'll pass.
Okay. I want no. I'm setting up the crushing masterstroke of Atlas Physical Training for the next turn. I will pass. I guess there's no reason for me to play this guy who doesn't do anything.
All right, so I do this, and you do this.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Ratatasker explodes. Oh yeah, he was fleeting because I played him from reserves. I forgot to put a fleeting token on him.
Yeah, this guy's fleeting. Okay.
Chatterfang, yeah. All right. Draw to.
Excuse me. You have to ready your cards first.
Okay.
And then you
Change
drop your
first
cards,
player.
and
Change
then
first
you put
player.
down mana. This is not Star
Oh
Wars.
my god.
Do
It's
not mess that
again.
up.
This is it's happening again.
This is decidedly different than Star Wars.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right, whatever. You're down here. Okay. So I am at noon phase. I'm the first player, so I get a Buddha token.
Having a like free dude that goes into a zone is pretty good.
This guy's cracked.
Yeah.
I mean, so you get you've basically gotten +1 every turn, which is pretty good. But then this is like this. So that's good. Like every turn, this counterbalances it. Now, I think if you're spiking 6s late in the game, you got like 5 strength dudes. You know,
that would be
like
nice.
You're in great shape. All right, I'm gonna play Atlas. He's coming out. Boom. He's in both zones.
Okay, I'm gonna play Asmodeus.
Oh.
For 5. And roll a die. On a 4+, I gain anchored. On a 1-3, I gain 3 boosts.
Okay. Oh, you actually wanted the boost.
Yeah, I kind of wanted the boost there.
You actually wanted the boost, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna physical training Atlas.
This is anchored.
So Atlas is gonna get 3 counters, and I draw a card.
All right, I'm gonna play Paint Prison. Fleeting, you may discard a card from your reserve to reduce my cost by 2. Return target character or permanent to the top of its owner's deck. So I'll return Atlas to your top of your deck.
So you have to discard the card.
I have to discard a card from my Atlas.
Okay. How dare you stop my master stroke? Okay. Fine. So be it. You'll stop me. You'll advance.
You're passing?
I'm pass. Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to. I don't think I need to do my ability because I'm winning right now, so I'll pass as well.
Okay. So
I go here.
Yep.
Okay. And it stays.
Yep.
Wow. Sick.
All right. Draw 2.
And I get this. And then you ready your cards. And then you draw 2. I should boost. Oh, because I could put a counter on it. The problem is if I roll double 1s, it gets deleted. So I'm not going to risk it. I know double 1s is not likely, but it could happen. And I'm not a gambler.
I've been playing some Blood Bowl. I quad skulls earlier today.
Quad skulls?
Quad skulls in Blood Bowl earlier today. Double skulls into double skulls. It was ill.
Okay. I am first. No, I'll wait to use that. I'll play this is Tanuki. Where am I at here?
I think you're the right
here.
There. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll play Tanuki here. It's got Sabotage, which can discard a card from the reserve, but you don't have anything.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna spend 3.
I'm not a gambler. I'm rolling 2 dice and choosing the one I don't want. Thus negating my bad rolls.
I'm playing the Haven Bouncer that has Sabotage. I'm gonna get rid of that thing.
Okay. If I pass and you play a thing, can I?
If you pass,
you pass forever.
You pass forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. I'll put that on top of your deck. With Paint Prison, which I'll put up here. It's fleeting. I can reduce its cost by 1, and it returns to the top. Which is the same card.
Yeah, it's
It is the rare version of the Paint Prison. The other Paint Prison.
Yeah, so that one costs 4, and you only reduce it by 1. The other one costs 5, and you reduce it by 2. So,
okay,
that one's better if you're not reducing it.
Makes sense.
Okay. 2 open.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to play the Haven Warrior right here.
Okay, I'll use the tap to get a boost.
All right, that guy costs 3.
Yep.
I guess I could do this instead. I'm gonna physical training to give the Haven Warrior 3 boosts. This goes to my reserve.
All right, I'll pass.
I will pass, and I think that locks it in, right?
Yeah, because when you win that, I do win
there.
This one.
And you move there.
Yeah.
Yep. But my guys are touching there, and boom, there you go. That's a game of Altered. There's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of like after like the first turn, trying to figure out who's winning what zone gets crazy.
That was tough. Yeah, we did explain quick actions. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think this is a game I could get into because I don't like how many stats I have to think about all the time, and that's just not how my brain works. But it is cool. I like the design of it.
Yeah, I like the race aspect of it, where you're trying to get
fighting.
You're trying to get across the finish line. There's spells and stuff, but like you're playing against like here's this thing. I didn't get to play this thing, but look at this thing.
Oh, I like the art too. 999.
Yeah, it costs 6.
Holy crap.
If you try to like target with a spell, the spell costs 1 more. So
I would definitely be interested to see how decks that are like fully formed work in this game. Like
I wonder how much of it like.
And what's limited like also.
Yeah, I don't know that. So what I saw was that you buy like a starter and some packs and then modify it and then go from there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's like a sealed or a booster draft format.
I innately hate that.
Yeah,
I want to be able to go to a thing without having to bring anything or buy like another damn starter deck.
Yeah. Have a unique Shenlong.
Is that how you win?
Easy mode.
4-pack draft.
4-pack draft. There is a booster draft option. Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
That's cool.
I might try to get some of that going. I think booster draft for this would be sweet. I guess do you still only play 1 faction? Up the 3 factions. Okay.
That makes it a lot easier, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say if you have to play 1, then you're like SOL, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is Altered. We're going to take a brief intermission while we have to reconfigure the camera because we had to spin the camera right round.
Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like the video,
like
and subscribe.
Yeah, we
maybe I don't know if we'll do more Altered content. My initial impression is that I don't want to do a lot more Altered content, but I would maybe try like a sealed or something.
Yeah,
to see if I click with the game a little more, but
I mean this was like very simplistic, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's really cool. I love the art. I love the card design.
Yeah, I mean this deck is like putting tokens into play. So you spend mana to play like these big locations. When you play them, they make a token, and then every turn they start making tokens. So I could see how like you might cede a little bit of early advantage to just like keep pushing tokens onto the board.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of interesting like strategies that in the game. So yeah, I'd love to see more of it myself. I'll probably end up doing that at the store.
Yeah.
So
all right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. Goodbye.